How's it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today we are looking at a bunch of knives that have come in for the channel. Some of them we have used already, some of them we have not. There's a lot of fun stuff to look at. I have a lot of updates for you guys. Before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you so much to everyone who has reached out, donated to the GoFundMe for my brother. I took down the post because we reached what we wanted to, and I just needed a break from talking about it, but yeah, I don't want to get into it. I just need to be normal for a minute. So I just wanted to say thank you for everyone that has been there for us. But without further ado, let's get into the EDC update and talk about some blades. So this right here is the ESEE CR 2.5. I've been using this a lot lately. I've been alternating between fixed blades and then some little pocket knives, because obviously at the hospital I can't carry something like this. So when I am not at the hospital, I've been carrying this little dude. This is actually a very cool little knife. I really like this. If you've been on the fence about this particular model from ESEE, I highly suggest it. Obviously, you know, it's a sharpened pry bar. It's not really a knife. It is overbuilt and extremely thick, so it's not slicey. And the HRC is very low on this. So for a beater, for a multi-tool of a knife, for a sharpened pry bar, it's very cool. If you're looking for slicey and ultimate cutting performance, this is not for you. But for a really overbuilt, cool little blade, it's amazing. I've been using it for a lot of food processing for the dogs. Like they eat a raw food diet, so game processing, you know, separating frozen bones and stuff like that. It's really good at that. I really like the handle. It's extremely comfortable, and it's got a little tiny blade, but it's doing amazing so far. So this has been a really cool little knife to use. Really enjoying that. This is not a review on any of these items. It's kind of just like blade talk, you know. I'm not currently like doing my testing routine on anything, because the one that I was going to test, we had to, you know, cut it short. So I've kind of just been playing around with stuff for the rest of the month until we have a legit test set up for February. And then we do have the Izula, which we will be running. I finally fixed the scales on that because I installed them upside down on accident, but I am excited to run this little guy. It's, again, overbuilt, thick, sharpened pry bar status, but we're just waiting for a leather sheath to come in for this, because I can't vibe with the injection molded sheaths. They're clunky, they rattle, they just don't feel good to me. So we're waiting for the leather sheath to come in for this, but this will be a fun little one to play around with. Then we have another Kyle Noseworthy bake apple that has come in. This is in 01 tool steel, I believe. The ESEEs are in 1095, of course. Also, quick disclaimer, I didn't buy any of these with my money. They've either been sent in from the maker or Jesse, the heart of the channel, bought them. Just a heads up. You guys know I'm doing the no spend 2024, so I don't want you thinking I bought any of these, because I didn't. So this is a Scandi ground bake apple. I have already tested the bake apple before. I tested this one on the channel and it did really well. This is Saber Ground 01. And this has, you know, a few little modifications. It has the jimping on the top right there. It's Scandi ground, and Kyle did end up rounding this area that bothered me the first go around. I really like that Kyle listens to feedback and alters things, as opposed to getting offended and just getting angry about it. So the first bake apple that I had, this little area right here, this little choil is really sharp and it wasn't rounded off. So during my testing, it was just digging into my fingers, and he has rounded it off on the newer ones, which is really nice. It's much more cozy, and the jimping is a really nice addition there. But very excited to run this one. Beautiful Scandi ground blade, forge finish, just a really cool piece that I'm excited to use more. Then we have the Smith & Sons Brave. This is in D2, if I can get it out of the sheath there. This is in D2. Very cool. This is a little more of an EDC type blade, I would say. Nice full flat ground blade there. Really nice micarta, very lightweight. It's really comfortable in hand. I like this. This is going to be much more of a slicer compared to the knives that we've looked at so far. It's not as overbuilt. So this one is really cool. Smith & Sons they're really coming out with a lot of neat blades, and they're working on a folder right now, a traditional folder that looks really cool. So I'm excited for that to come out too, because they're USA. They seem like they're doing some good work. Then we have the Primitive Bear Knives Hunter's EDC in 80 CRV2 blade steel. This is the one that I did all of that processing with on the fish in the back of my truck. And that video is up on the channel, and it did really well, like unbelievably well. It was really cool. So this one is really a fun little blade. Love the design, love the ergonomics. It's beautifully made. This is a really fun one that I've been using. Really like how it feels in hand. The only unfortunate thing about it is the carry system. This Kydex is wonderful, and I really like the soft loop. The only problem is I'm not a big fan of the horizontal carry. I'm a pretty small framed person, so carrying something like this on my belt doesn't work for me, because it's like it takes up my whole body and you can see it poking out. So that's the only thing that I don't like too much about this. I wish I could carry it like that, and I don't think I can with the way this is set up, but I really wish I could carry it down my body as opposed to across my body. Aside from that, I love this knife. It's really cool so far. What else do we have? We have the Montana Knife Company Blackfoot 2.0 in MagnaCut. Now, interesting, I found the chart on their page, and it's like a chart that they made with different steels and different HRCs and stuff, and I thought that this was at 64 for MagnaCut because their chart like said things about 64 HRC, and I don't know, I couldn't figure it out. But unfortunately somebody filled me in that this is only at 61. So we'll see how it is during the testing. I wish that they would have put it at like 62.5, 63. 61 hasn't really worked for me in the past very well in terms of edge retention, but we'll see. The edge is kind of rough. It still has a burr, so I'm going to have to strop this before I use it because the edge is pretty darn rough. And I mentioned this in a previous video that the finish on this is really strange. I'm trying to pick it up. There's like a bunch of grind lines all over the spine. It almost looks like it wasn't finished. So for $300, it's like, that's a little interesting to me. The reflection is really messing things up here. I wish I could pick it up. But we'll see how it performs. You know, I'm definitely like form or function. Function is really important to me. So if it works, it works. I don't really care too much about the fit and finish, but definitely kind of interesting for a $300 knife. Anyway, I'm really excited to use this one. Very slicey. This came in yesterday, and this is an interesting one. Also, sorry if I look like exhausted and partially sick. I think that's what stress does to you. You just fall apart. Bark River Water Moccasin in MagnaCut. This one just came in yesterday. This one I'm very curious about. We obviously know there's some talk about the MagnaCut from Bark River. Not going to say anything further. This was like a $315 knife, and epoxy is all over it. That had leaked out during the process, and then they didn't clean it up, so that's really interesting to me. I'm trying to catch that. Hopefully you can see right there. That's all crusty epoxy. The scale is actually separated from the tang of the knife, which you can see that black line right there, so they're not actually touching. And then the epoxy just blew out. So that's interesting to me. See that big gap right there? So that is where the liner is not touching the tang. Not going to say a ton about that. I'm just making observations about the knife. But I am excited to test the MagnaCut because y'all know I love debunking. So that's one that's come in. Very comfortable handle. Sure grip handles. Wicked nice. Really nice feeling. Feels great in the hand. So that one will be a really fun one to test. Obviously, we are very limited on what we can say about this, but you guys will be able to pick up the vibes, I'm sure. Right? And the last one that I've been using a lot is this little Skaggle guy from Joe Calton at Calton Cutlery. This is in 1095, and he does all these by hand in his little workshop. And I've been carrying this on days where I'm at the hospital the whole day, because like I said, I can't carry a fixed blade. So this just goes down in my pocket. You don't even know that it's there. 1095 carbon steel. You can see it's got the teeners, and I've been using it like crazy. And this is a wicked cool little blade. The fit and finish is absolutely phenomenal on this for someone just working out of their own little garage. I've said this before, it's like GEC quality fit and finish. It's unbelievable. Very comfortable handle. Really nice little blade shape. It's great to throw in your pocket if you want a blade on you and you want something that just completely disappears. Like, this is a wicked cool little knife. Very good action. Like, it just springs right into the half stop there. Beautiful little blade. Gorgeous black linen micarta. Look at that. Oh my gosh. This is gorgeous. Joe sent this to me with a neck knife as well to test. And I use this a lot. This is a great little blade. It's very comfortable. So that's everything that's come in. I'm going to try to get more video of me using the knives. Of course, you know, I'm not sure how things are going to go the next couple weeks because they're very busy. And the channel right now is not my main focus. My family is, but I will try to juggle all of it for you guys. I just want to say thank you for sticking around. Again, thank you for the prayers, the thoughts, the donations. You guys are some of my best friends. You guys are my family. I just can't express how much I appreciate you guys and everything that you've done for me. And I hope you know that if any of you ever need anything, I will be there for you too. I really appreciate all of you. So with that being said, go use your shit, learn how to sharpen your knives, and I will see you on the next video. I love you guys so much. Take care.